Top of the morning to you. July 29th. Another day in paradise. Blue skies. Looks like it could be a nice day for hiking. So before I ran out of Wi-Fi yesterday, I checked my comments. Probably the last ones I'll be doing for a while. And someone asked me, and they've asked me this before, why I don't have very many subscribers. And it might have something to do with people not wanting to watch an old man walk. But actually, there's a better explanation. It's kind of complicated. So when I put the subscribe button on my channel, I actually added a little script of AI, artificial intelligence, and it actually culls out a lot of people that try to subscribe to the channel. And it's not me. If you were to look at my database, I've got about 1,100 subscribers. They're all highly intelligent, attractive, and have excellent taste. And that's what this AI script, just a little piece of code, does. When I look at my analytics on YouTube, I've had over 1 million people try to subscribe to this channel, and I only have 1,100 subscribers. So that AI is maybe packed a little too tight, I don't know. But the nice thing about artificial intelligence scripts are they will teach themselves. And so at some point in time, they may be thinking to themselves, the code itself, that they're being a little selective, and they might recalibrate themselves, lower their standards. But what I want people to know and understand is it's not me. Don't take it personal. I'm not saying you're unattractive. I'm not saying you're dumber than a box of rocks. I'm not saying you have poor taste. It's just this program that I've written. And don't be afraid to keep trying to subscribe to the channel. It's like voting. Subscribe early, subscribe often. So if you're having rejection issues, actually this is a great way to work on it and work through things. Just keep subscribing to the channel until you're finally accepted and you're in the club. There's no secret handshake. There's no hand signals or code. It's just a channel about backpacking. And even if you're not into backpacking and you want to go through the exercise to see if the script will actually accept you, feel free to do that. I don't have anything red on, but a hummingbird just parked himself right here in front of my good eye. So that's the short answer of why I have 1,100 subscribers, or 11 plus, but it's growing, and there's 8 billion people on the planet. And it's not the software that because it's slow or something. It's like a spider that goes out into the social media universe. If you ever filled out an application, did a resume, anything you've done online, tried to get money, it finds that, encapsulates all that data, and makes a decision on whether you can subscribe to this channel or not. It's just amazing stuff. And again, keep trying if you've tried to subscribe and can't, because that AI will lower its standards at some point. Keep smiling. So the beginning of the trail is actually pretty flat relative to Colorado, and a pretty easy start. The switchbacks are all really gentle. I mean, somebody's done a lot of trail work out here and developed really a nice trail. So, the first 100 miles, at least to Frisco, are probably going to be like this. I know from there you hit the CDT, and I'm familiar with that trail, so I know you start climbing from there. into some really spectacular country. So when starting the trail, if you're concerned about altitude sickness, that's something you're going to have to deal with on an individual basis. I've never had an issue with it. I did run into a professor from Ball State University. He was a volunteer at Rocky Mountain National Park, and he is a subscriber to my newspaper that I ran for 20 plus years called the Dicky Bird News. And he came out when I did the CDT in '99 and hiked with me a bit and brought my family out. He hooked up with them and brought them out to me so they could hike into Grand Lake with me. And he was a marathoner, so his secret, which actually I kind of use for hiking nowadays, is he would always come in first in his age group, which was in his 70s. So he would walk up the mountain and run down. And so that's kind of what I do. I go upstroke slow, downstroke fast. So as far as altitude sickness, he said people would fly in from all over the country, all over the world, and run. And it was suggested to them that they either fly in the morning of the race and run, or come out a few days early and acclimate. And I really never understood the flying in and running the same day, but I've never had altitude sickness, so not sure exactly how that works. So on the Colorado Trail, you fly into the mile-high city and you start climbing. And so you'll just have to see if it's affecting you and maybe just take it really slow the first few days. So from the river late yesterday up here to this fire station is a long, dry section. Very hot if you're doing it in the day. Burn over, a lot of clear cut. Looks like I've got either clear cut or burn ahead of me here too, so can't always time things perfectly, but I'm glad I got up early this morning and knocked this section out. Good cold water here, and I'll carry 2 liters out of here. There's looks like water another 4 miles, and I think it's gonna be a hot 4 miles because I'll get out of here about 9:45. So the sun can't make up its mind whether it wants to stay out or hide behind clouds, but I'm going for hide behind clouds. It's a hot one today. Starting to see a lot more hikers, mostly through hikers. I ran into a young kid this morning, nice kid, in really good shape. I know that because he's carrying 7 liters of water. So I'm all for hike your own hike. I'm just always curious, you know, how people do it. And man, if you ever find me with 7 liters of water, just shoot me. When I mentioned to him that I'd hiked all night from the train to get to the trailhead, his first reaction was, wow, hiking at night in cat country. And I assured him that I've been looking for a mountain lion my whole life. I've never seen one. It's on my bucket list to see one before I die, and that's difficult because usually they attack from the back and get you by the neck. And I've only got one good eye as it is, so I may never see them. And then I ran into another kid that had inReach issues, so I helped him, showed how it works. So, you know, a lot of people come out here with all kinds of gear. They haven't figured out how it works. And it's usually not the gear, it's usually cockpit problems. So he knew how to hit the SOS button, but his mom wants to hear from him every day, and he hadn't touched base with her, so I had to tell him how. He hadn't set up any pre-messages, so anything he does, he didn't even know about pre-messages. So any contact he does make, he had the base plan like I do. So you get 10 messages a month. After that, you pay. But you should know that before you come out here. Welcome to afternoon in Colorado. Thunder and lightning. Now I'm not really worried. I'm in some pretty thick stuff here, so I'm not the tallest thing around. Plus, you know, Colorado's only like second in lightning strike deaths. If I was in Florida, I'd be worried. So we just had a nice hour rain shower. I noticed a lot of backpackers are putting on their rain pants, rain jacket, pack covers, but these really aren't the conditions for that. I mean, I had my umbrella on because of the sun already, so to transition to rain, I had to do nothing. And a rain jacket and pants in this muggy weather would be like walking in a sauna. So really an umbrella today is golden. So I'm calling it a day at mile 45.3. Looks like Durston is well represented here. I just met Tom up there. He's got a Cockwa 55, and I'm not sure if that's a 1P or 2P X-mid.